Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to your grammar lesson for this week. We're going to start off by singing one of our review songs. So if you'll get this red folder, it's your memory folder, and turn to the verb song. You might want to turn off the video and turn to the verb song. Hopefully you know where this is. If not, I'll hold it up so you can sing with us and we can remember what a verb is.
A verb, what is a verb? Haven't you heard there are two kinds of verbs? The action verb and the linking verb. The action verb shows a state of action like stand and sit and smile. The action verb is always in motion because it tells what the subject does. We stand, we sit, we smile. The linking verb shows a state of being, like am is, are, was and were, looks, becomes, grows, and feels. The linking verb shows no action because it tells what the subject is. He is a clown. He looks funny.
All right, so now we reviewed about what a verb is. Let's go ahead and do our question and our answer flow together today. So looking at the first sentence, what do you notice about that? Notice after we read it that there perhaps is something different here. Not much different here, okay? Pretty much a review sentence, okay? So let's read our sentence first together and ask ourselves questions and answer those questions so that we can be better writers, okay? Marcus and I saw her yesterday at the ballpark. Who saw her yesterday at the ballpark? Marcus and I. Compound, subject, noun. Compound, subject, pronoun. What is being said about Marcus and I? Marcus and I saw. Verb. Marcus and I saw whom? Her. Verify the noun. So we're stopping to see if this noun means the same as the subject noun. Does her mean the same thing as Marcus and I? No. Her, direct object. Marcus and I saw her, direct object. So saw, verb, transitive. Saw when? Yesterday, adverb. At, preposition. At what? Ballpark, object of the preposition. The, article, adjective. And conjunction. Subject, noun, verb, transitive, direct object, pattern 2. Skill check. Verb, transitive, check again. Just checking to make sure we got that T on there. At the ballpark, prepositional phrase, period, statement, declarative sentence. Go back to the verb, divide the complete subject from the complete predicate. Is this sentence in a natural or inverted order? Natural, no change. So let's go to sentence number 2. Looking at sentence number 2, I'm noticing something here that's a little bit different than some of the sentences that we do most of the time. Also noticing what kind of sentence this is. Okay. And it's supposed to have an exclamation point. I'm not sure if y'all's does or not, but mine didn't, so I'm going to add that to it before we get started, okay? So let's begin. Ouch! The thorns on that rose bush scratched the top of my head. What scratched the top of my head? Thorns. Subject, noun. What is being said about thorns? Thorns scratched. Verb. Scratched what? Top. So it comes over here. Verify the noun. Does top mean the same thing as thorns? No. Top, direct object. Scratched, verb, transitive. The article, adjective. Of, preposition. Of what? Hand, object of the preposition. My, possessive, pronoun, adjective. You don't see one of those every day. Okay. On, preposition. On what? Rosebush. Object of the preposition. On what? Rosebush, object of the preposition. Which rosebush? That. Adjective. See if we got everything. All right. Ouch, interjection. Subject, noun, verb, transitive verb, verb transitive, direct object, pattern 2. Skill check. On that rose bush, prepositional phrase. Of my hand, prepositional phrase. And we have an exclamation point, strong feeling, exclamatory sentence. Go back to the verb. Divide the complete subject from the complete predicate. Is this sentence in the natural or inverted order? Natural, no change. Remember, natural sentences mean that the subject noun is at the beginning of the sentence, okay, even with an interjection, okay? The subject noun is at the beginning of the sentence, okay? So let's go back and look at a couple of things that we've been talking about, that you've been talking about in your lesson, okay? Looking at our verbs, okay, I want you to remember a past tense verb is a verb that typically ends with an ed, okay? And a future tense will usually have a helping verb plus the verb itself. For example, if I said the present tense verb is save, okay, think in your head, what would be the past tense of save? You're right, saved. But if I wanted to make a future tense verb from save, okay, think I will have to have a helping verb to save. So what would be the helping verb plus the ed ending? Think of a helping verb. If you are struggling with your helping verbs, okay, remember that in this folder you have all the helping verbs, okay, in your song. So we could say has saved, had saved, have saved, okay? So if we wanted to do an ing word for saving, we'd have to put a helping verb on there. So think, what would it be? Helping verb. You probably thought of am saving, is saving, was saving, were saving, okay? So we need to add endings to our verbs and know what a future, past, and present tense verb will be, okay? So we divide the verbs up into those 3 categories, okay? They're present, they're past, or they're future, okay? So remember, if we have a verb, for example, I'm gonna put one right here. Okay, so if we have a verb become, okay, so that is the simple verb, okay? If I wanted to change this to a past tense, I would have to change it to became. Okay, so remember when you have to change the word to a different word without just adding an ending, that's called an irregular verb. Irregular, okay? If I say on the second verb we're going to look at, the word save, and I say what is the past tense, and you tell me saved, okay? That would be a regular tense, okay? Regular means you didn't have to change the spelling of it at all, okay? So I hope that makes sense to you and you're doing the lessons. So I know y'all are all doing great at home. So we'll see you next week for our grammar lesson. Bye, guys.